If you are somebody that uses social media to find people who are looking for your product or service, and then you hit them with messages about your company and asking them to get in touch, please stop. I'm going to show you a way that you can significantly increase your results on these kind of posts. And look, the best way to think about this is really it comes from a point of positioning. Right, you end up becoming, you see this all the time where somebody is posting looking for a dentist or a web designer, and there ends up being hundreds of comments on the thread from thirsty companies who are desperate for new business. It reeks of desperation. It makes you appear as a desperate commodity. Right? That's all you come across as, and you're so unlikely to get a response. And even if you do, you're going to be bartered down on price. People won't respect you because you're just going to be another company. And once you've positioned yourself in that way, no matter what testimonials you have, no matter how great your product or service is, it's going to be very difficult to change that perspective in the prospect's mind as seeing you as this commodity. So the way I want you to think about this, imagine if you went into a doctor's office, right? And you were looking for something. You said like, oh, I have a headache. And the doctor comes in and says, here's a prescription, right? You're going to want them to have a bit more substance, right? You expect them to ask questions. Well, doctor, don't you need to do some scans? Like, what if I have a tumor? What if I have this? Don't you want to do an X-ray on me? Right? And we often, when we go into a doctor's office and we're given pills straight away, we often feel like we've been mistreated. And this is exactly the same thing with your prospects. If you are going in and someone says, I need a web designer, and you say, hey, here's our company, let's chat. Or we've got 10 years of experience doing web design, let's chat. Like, no. Ask them a question and think about this as well in terms of standing out. When you've got a post full of people saying the same thing, we've got 10 years experience, we've got hundreds of happy customers, how can you best stand out? By doing something differently to what everybody else is doing. Ask a question. I did this recently. There was a post that had hundreds of comments on it. This lady had replied to none of them. Mine was the only comment she replied to. Do you know why? Because I didn't pitch our products or services. She was asking about a website. I said, why do you need a website? Why do you think you need a website? And she replied. And we had a conversation in Messenger about it. And this is the thing, like, not only are you going to stand out, but you are positioning yourself in a different way. You are positioning yourself as the expert. You are going to be seen as an authority. People are going to be willing to pay you higher prices. They're going to perceive you as a higher value because you're actually taking that diagnostic approach. So really think about this. If you are somebody who's commenting on these kind of posts or looking for, people who may be in the market for your products or services, please do not take the same route as everyone else and just pitch your products and services, because you don't even know at that stage whether you can help that person. You might think you do, but they might have a completely different problem to what you think they have. Having those conversations not only gets you the respect, not only gives you the authority, but it will also help you stand out amongst everything else going on there and create some really deep conversations. And hey, if anything, you may even be able to upsell this person. You may discover some things that you wouldn't have discovered before. So please try this, and believe me, this will revolutionize the kind of responses you are getting, not only in your ability to close new business because people now see you as an authority, but also in the responses that you get from these, because otherwise it becomes a complete waste of time. You are going to get such low response rates just by taking this same spammy approach. Hope the video helps. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out as always, and I'll speak to you soon.